Sometimes one has to call upon a little friend called brute force.
Me, Grimlock, am good figure. Hello everybody, Baltmatrix here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Cyberverse Deluxe Class Grimlock. The figure comes with two accessories, a nifty little crown, and a flame bat. Talk about that in a second. The crown can be plugged into the top of the head, like so you can have dapper royal Grimlock, and then his flame can be plugged into the back of his throat, and you can have Fire Barf Grimlock. The figure is posable somewhat in dinosaur mode. Head, or mouth I should say, does open and close. I'll take the fire breath off. And then the legs are posable via some limited ball joints, a swivel joint, and then a ball joint there at the, well, knee. The toes are a little bit posable up and then can close all the way down. And then the rear claw is actually the fist in robot mode. And in dinosaur mode, it works. It works pretty darn well. The alt mode also scales pretty well to the Prime alt mode. I think it actually scales better to Prime than it does Bumblebee, and Grim is just about the perfect size to be ridden by a cliff jumper. Grimlock's transformation into robot mode is rather typical, but there are a couple of really neat party favors. To start with, come to the area just behind the neck and unpeg the back, or unpeg the wings, and then come to the back and unpeg this yellow part, and then come to the very tip of the tail and split the tail apart, because then we're going to be able to fold out some feet. So I like to take the dino feet and put them forward, and then we can butterfly the legs like that, and then open up the tops and the bottoms and fold the section around, flip the back of the tail out 90 degrees, then we can fold that in, flip the tail down, and then move it so that the leg is able to be formed, and pop the ball joint. More on that in a little bit. Alright, so what did I do there? First, grab the entire... So, what did I actually do there? So first I grabbed the tail, and then there's a joint right above the tail, turn that 90 degrees, grab the foot and slide that entire leg section past the tip of the tail, and then the inside of the knee will peg into this peg that's on the bottom of the tail. Fold the tail down, and then flip and transform the foot. And the tail should actually just rest along the back like that. Then we turn that whole section 90 degrees, turn the leg and not pop the ball joint, or pray that you don't pop the ball joint, and stand the figure up. Next for Grim, take the robot hand, fold it forward, flip the claw down, flip the claw down, fold the arms down, and then grab the entire back, unpeg it. And the reason I've pulled these two sections of the sides out is because they were actually pegging the foot into place. Open the wings up, grab the head, flip the head back, accordion the wings back until they snap into place. Open the lower jaw, open the upper jaw, fold the lower jaw into the back or the bottom part of the upper jaw as far as it'll go. And this whole section, well, once you replace the upper jaw, this whole thing will peg into this little spot right there. So just work with it, unpeg it if you have to, which you do, and then just fold that down. And here we have Cheerio Grimlock. I've got to admit, this Grimlock looks really, really good. I love this robot mode, and this is probably my favorite Grimlock in the past couple of years. Grimlock's head sculpt is great. It is spot on to the show. The only flaw is that little speck of black paint on the one side of his cheek. I could probably just scrape that off. Grimlock's posability in this mode is pretty good. Head is on a ball joint and can look way high up and side to side. Ball joint in the shoulder. The unfortunate thing is that the shoulders don't actually have that much give or move. Ball joint in the elbow, no fist articulation. Torso swivel for the transformation. Ball joints in the hips, swivels just below that. Almost 90-degree bend at the knee, and then ankle articulation forward and back, though you do have to be careful of the tail, and I should say in and out, forward and back. Grimlock can wield his or wear his crown, though getting it on him in this mode is a little bit tricky because I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but there are divots in the crown for his little antennae, and I can never quite get it lined up correctly. Oh, got it on the first try. Okay, excellent. So he's wearing his crown, and then he is given his giant Cheeto for a weapon. Flaming Hot Cheeto action! Hooray! If you're worried about scale for Grimlock, he scales perfectly to Optimus and Megatron. I can't find Megatron. I know he's around here somewhere, though. Now our Dino Boy does come with a fist of Macadam, and whoop-de-doo. And I don't know if I showed this, but this is what Hot Rod comes with, is a leg. So, yeah, I really like Grimlock. I think he's a great figure. Transformation back into Dino mode is a little bit tricky, but once you do it a few times, it's great. One thing to be aware of is these ball joints. They just pop off. And I think that's because of their size. I think the swivels are so tight and the ball joints are so small that they just work against each other. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just be aware if you're going to pick this figure up. Now, I picked this figure up over on Amazon.com, and he will be available on the Big Bad Toy Store shortly. So head on down to the description head on down to this video's description to follow the link there. And also, while you're there, please be sure to follow me on Patreon. Thank you so much to all of you patrons in these trying times. It really does mean the world to me. As always, you can find me on Twitter at Baltmatrix, on Facebook at Baltmatrix Reviews, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next time.